then they can go back and change, and then we'll talk to coach. Does anybody have any questions for our two guys, please? If you have microphones, I think you need to use the microphones, please. Anyone?
Say, you go through what you were thinking today in terms of what you were going to be able to do on the ankle, how it felt, where you go from here.
I knew yesterday, before we had our shoot around, that I was going to be good because we have a good athletic staff, and Coach Howard and the coaching staff do a really good job of taking care of me. That doesn't go unnoticed. I'm pretty grateful to have a staff such as them because it just keep me ready, keep my mind ready. I wasn't really thinking about it really when I was out there, so I felt really good.
Connor?
Franz, you went 9 for 13 today, so just what was working well offensively?
Shot fell. Shot was fine finally. So now I'm working hard in practice. I take shots that I'm comfortable taking. Taking with confidence. That's what the staff wants from us. I think it's important to keep doing that even in the percentage on what you want them to be. But yeah, I think today I took good shots again. Teammates found me again, and I was open, and I was able to knock some down.
Isaiah, can you talk to your teammates' performance? I mean, he regularly plays 30-plus minutes, doing it on both ends, and like you said, now the scoring's starting to come too.
Oh man, I'm super proud of him, man. Coming in as a freshman, playing 30-plus on a kind of like inexperienced team. Not a lot of guys played last year that much, and he's coming in, and you don't even think he's a underclassman when he plays out there because he plays with so much emotion. Kind of reminds you of his brother a little bit, and they both bring that flair to the game, and it's just really fun to watch.
Orion?
For both of you guys feel like you're playing your best defense of the season right now?
Franz, you want to start?
For sure. I think we're just connected. I think we don't allow teams to go on runs, and I think that's especially important when you play on the road with the crowd. When the crowd gets into it and people go on runs, that's really hard to stop. So I think just staying solid on defense, boxing out and getting the rebound, that's when we're good, and that's when we can run and play our advantage on the offensive end. So I think we played good on defense these last couple of weeks.
Is that your thoughts?
Our defense has been great, connected like Franz said, especially on the road. At home, we got our fans, and just making sure we're talking every possession. We don't need Coach Howard to put up a sign every possession for us to talk. And another thing that needs to be addressed is offensive rebounds. They have one more offensive rebound than us. It seemed like they had 20 more. So we got to do a better job of boxing out. I personally got to do a lot better at boxing out. So.
And then what sparked the offense in the first half after the slow
Say
A lot of ball movement. Coach and the staff, they went in and had a little huddle, talked about ball sticking a little bit, get to our second situation, let X get downhill, Franz, me, Eli, Dave. We got a lot of attackers that we can use, and we got shooters, especially spaced out. So when you got a combination of that, you're going to be great offensively at least.
David?
You guys were 0-5 on the road a month ago, even from today. This is now 4 straight away from Chrysler. Has anything changed about your approach, or do you think it's a matter of shot calling?
Honestly, it's kind of laughable looking back at that because it's like I told the guys, I brought them in, and I said, we had a meeting, and I was like, watch, we're going to look back on this later in the season, and we're going to be laughing and smiling because we're just a so much more mature team, and we're so connected, and off the court, we just like to be around each other. Like, that's a real great team. So as long as we keep that up, it'll be good.
Franz, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's just part of the process. When you're coaching the season, you're going to have some highs and you're going to have some lows. I think, like I said, we do a better job now of staying connected, especially on the road, talking every possession. I think that it goes a long way. Just for getting stops, and like I said, offensively, I think we have a lot of weapons, a lot of people that are aggressive, and I think that's hard to guard.
Anything else for our guys? James?
For both of you guys, I guess, what do you guys think of the job Dave did filling in, stepping in more with Eli, going out there early in the second half?
Franz?
Big time. I think it's very hard to just come in and be ready. He's doing a great job, always being ready when he comes in off the bench, giving us that spark. Great defender, very aggressive on offense, which I think is his biggest advantage when he's come out there. You don't have to guard him. I think that's very important for us, and we have to keep doing that.
Dave is a worker, man. That man will never give up, ever. He's always next man up mentality, no matter who goes down. But Dave, you can always count on him being ready.
Justin?
Trigon obviously went off for 36 against you guys. You obviously were able to, make him inefficient tonight? What do you think you guys did well against him? What do you guys think you did well in general at the rim? I think they were 12-21 at the rim. You forced them to work there. Just what went well as far as defending them?
Obviously, our bigs, Austin, I think Franz got him one time. Sleep did a great job on him, but not only them moving their feet and guarding them very well, we gotta have our perimeters. Last game we watched film and it wasn't made a big of an emphasis last game, so now we emphasize that this game and changes the whole dynamic of going one-on-one. That's really hard to do when you got people just bothering you because it's just annoying.
All right, fellas, thank you very much.
Good job.
Thank you guys.
Questions for Coach Howard, please? Grab the mic, anyone? Right down the front to your left.
Coach, you called a timeout there about 4 minutes ago in the first half after Williams dunked the ball, and then after that you guys came out and kind of created a lot of separation there. What was your message there? What were you not seeing from your team? What did you see after that?
That was too easy. We have to protect the paint and allow a drive to a dump off and then end up getting a score in the paint. Something that we have stressed that we have to do a better job of protecting the paint. So I knew the crowd got really into it. Kind of like brought a lot of energy to the building. So I think it was important for me to get our guys more organized.
Anything else for Coach?
I think after that same timeout, Purdue moved its 2 onto your 4 and 4
Sorry,
onto your 2.
repeat that.
I think after that same timeout in the first half, Purdue moved its 2 onto your 4 and their 4 onto your 2. Did you find any kind of matchup advantages thereafter?
Well, I recognize that and just wanted to make sure that we got organized offensively and see what we can do to counter with that adjustment. That's what the game is all about. You know, it's part of a chess match. What you can do as far as give you the best advantage. And our guys were smart enough to make sure that we were organized offensively and take advantage of whatever opportunities we're given.
Ethan?
Juwan, how have you seen things click into place for Franz lately, and just how important is he to how you guys have turned things around over the last month?
Solid. He's been solid all year. Been playing the inspiring basketball. You heard it earlier for a freshman. You know, he's basically considered a 5-star. But he's from Europe. But a guy who competes, played in big games, played professionally over in Europe. Not afraid of the moment, but also skilled.
In the back with Connor.
Juwan, Xavier didn't have maybe the greatest game offensively from a scoring perspective, but kind of talk about what's it like to kind of see him impact the game in other ways besides just his scoring.
Yes, our guys have the mindset that numbers doesn't matter. The only number that matters is winning. So if we score 1 point more than our opponent, personal stats, all that stuff, that's for social media or likes and stuff like that. Our guys are so locked in on playing the game the right way, sharing the game, being unselfish. So his impact on the game was amazing. Yes, and you look at it, he didn't score a field goal, but getting us organized offensively, making the right decisions with the basketball, looking at the assists. It felt like he had more than just 6 assists. The ball was just popping, and we were really organized and making good decisions with the ball. Guys are making plays because of the leadership from Simpson.
And then, do you know the extent of Eli's injury?
Well, I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I can tell you one thing, he still looks handsome.
Andrew?
I guess was he just bleeding? That's what, or was it a worry about a concussion or something like that? Do you know?
I have no idea, but all I saw was a lot of blood on the floor, and it got me concerned. But the kid's a warrior, he's tough. He wanted to go back in the game. I said, no, I'll hold you out right here. Your health is more important than anything.
And then I know you take things game by game, but can you can you reflect back on the last time you played Purdue and the progress you've made since? I mean, we talked about Travion Williams, his numbers were cut in half, and just sort of how this team has grown in what seems like a short time.
It's been a lot of growth throughout the year. Each time each game you play, you learn and see where you can improve on. It's been a while since we played Purdue, but they're a very competitive team, and I know they're a really good team at home. Travion is a special player. He's going to, at some point, whenever the time comes, be able to play on the next level. That's how I perceive this game. The guys are Olympian gold medalist. He's special.
Take one more, Ryan.
Seems like Franz has grabbed a lot of rebounds recently. How have you seen him improve in that regard?
He should have more rebounds than that. He only had 5.
Have you seen tangible improvement in how he goes out, passes out?
I want to see more improvement in all our guys because we got beat on the glass. And like Isaiah mentioned earlier, that's unacceptable.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.
All right, be safe.